Some people think the IBM PCjr runs only about this much software. So wouldn't they be pleased to know that PCjr runs over...
The IBM 4860 PCjr was IBM's first attempt to produce low-cost computers for the general public. That was back when they were still building consumer products. The PCjr boards were considered to be horrible, and also one of the main reasons why the PCjr failed. It had chiclet keys, a non-standard layout, and many other hardware limitations that made it completely unbearable. Now, you would think that this keyboard too would be something like that. I mean, it's made out of plastic, and it's trying to be an old keyboard lookalike, and it's also got a battery slot like your TV remote. What Vortex has done is pay respects to the PCjr and threw everything else away. They've then put in everything that would make a modern techie stick his tongue out and wag his tail. It also comes with a gasket mount structure for a softer typing experience, a polycarbonate mounting plate coupled with multiple silicone dampening pads that give a fuller sound, and also PCB mount stabilizers that have virtually no rattle. This particular board comes with Gateron G Pro Reds, which are 45-gram linear switches, but I swapped them out for my own switches. It also supports both 3-pin and 5-pin hot swapping, so you can put in any key switches you want. And if you're a normal person and don't really care about all those details, you do get a lot more than what you would expect. You get a Vortex branded keycap puller and key switch puller, additional keycaps if you don't like the current design, a replacement Vortex badge which genuinely looks nicer than the standard one, and a USB Type-C connector. And it's got rubber legs to switch between two typing angles and prevent sliding on the table. Best of all, the keyboard has a triple mode function where you can swap between wired or Bluetooth 5.1 using a small switch on the back. They've even got a 2.4 GHz connection and a USB drive for the people that don't believe in Bluetooth. The caps lock lights up as an indication of caps lock, Bluetooth or 2.4G connection. You get a manual that shows you how to do all of that. But you do have to put in batteries to support those functions, like AAA batteries from the store. Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, they could have easily put in a lithium or rechargeable battery in this day and age. But I guess it makes sense. But having said all that, there's a different story once you open up the board. Silicone. A lot of silicone. The shape of the case introduces two large caverns, and Vortex has basically just filled that up with silicone to prevent the board from sounding hollow. Mine has little irregular cuts on them too, not sure why. I mean, it does make sense because it adds weight and prevents the hollowness, but there are really quite a few silicone pieces in this build. So I had to actually remove one to actually feel the flex of the gasket mount. Of course, taking the board apart is no easy feat either. The board requires hex screwdrivers, and then you have to get through some wires, one for the battery compartment and one for the wireless unit. Once you remove those, you gain access to the huge silicone pads, Boron gasket cushions, a polycarbonate plate, a PCB plate filler, and then a hot swap Vortex PCB that allows for both 3-pin and 5-pin switches. The PCB also has on-board screw-in stabilizers, a couple screw mounts, and some guidance tape. Then the key switches, of course, and the keycaps. That's 11 layers, including silicone, wires, and batteries. So I guess that's why the board costs about 192 Sing dollars, right? So how does it sound? Well, here's the typing sound. So it's too expensive to be a budget pre-built and too cheap to be a premium board. So what is it? Well, what it is a brilliant keyboard. You automatically want to find out more about its history. It's got so much functionality packed into it. All these combined make for a typing experience that is reminiscent of the older days, but mixed with modern ingenuity. From the premium feeling external ABS plastic case to the small aluminium Vortex patch on the bottom corner, and the ability to change all the switches to your exact preference and take it around wirelessly, it actually all feels worth it. I'm Thiru, and I'll catch you all in the next one.